Hi everybody, this is District Commissioner Nancy Hodgkiss, and today we're going to talk about building your Be a Scout pin. So the first question you might want to ask is, what is a Be a Scout pin? Let me share my screen with you and show you what I'm talking about. So Be a Scout is a nationwide website, Be a Scout at scouting.org or simply beascout.org, that's available for families to enter their zip code. Here I'm going to enter my zip code. Pick a program level. I'll choose Cub Scouts because I'm looking for youth's grades K through 5. Find and apply. Now, I'd like to show you up here the map view because then it makes more sense about why we call this a pin. We've got a map here with little pins, these little blue bubbles that show us where units are that are closest to where we live or the zip code that we included. I'm going to go back here and give you the list view so you can show what's in a pin. The family who's entered their zip code can scroll through this list of pins. They can change the filter. So over here on the left-hand side, maybe they go, oh, wait, my son is in 6th grade now, so I'm going to change this to Scouts BSA. Or maybe they have both a Cub Scout and a Scouts BSA, and they can redo the search and even expand the search to 20 miles to see all of their options. So really what you want to do is you want to make sure your pin has a lot of information that attracts prospective families rather than kind of what we call an empty pin. So you can see here, Troop 210 hasn't had the opportunity yet to build their pin. So let's go and show you how to do that. I've just logged in to my.scouting. You've probably visited this page quite often when you've come over here to the right-hand side to take your youth protection. When you click menu, you're going to have a whole bunch of options. Now for me at the district level, my options are here under Pacifica. Yours probably has your unit. Today, we're going to be dealing with a new interface, which is an Organization Manager. So I'm going to click Organization Manager here. And I've been given permission from Crew 1994 to build their pin live today so you can see it. So you can see in the screen, this top level here has already populated the Key 3 information. So again, the Key 3 is the Chartered Organization Rep, the Committee Chair, and in this case for a crew, the Crew Advisor. A pack would be the Cub Master, a troop would be the Scout Master. All right, that's all populated from your registration records. I'm going to actually come over here on the left-hand side, and I'm going to start with the unit pin because I just think it's easier to start there. Now, on your screen, you may get you can't update this. If that's the case, please contact your commissioner because we need to make sure that it's set so that you can update your pin information. And what's great is as we're populating this pin, there's a unit preview here on the right so you can see exactly what's going to show. So the first most important thing to have checked is this up here on Be a Scout. If you turn this off, beascout.org will no longer show your unit either in the list view or the map view. So in order for families to find you, you want to make sure that this is turned on. Secondly, we recommend that you allow people to apply online. There's all kinds of advantages to being able to apply online, and we have a separate video about managing your applications online. You'll definitely want to have contact information, and in this case, there's a drop-down menu where you can choose who you want to be your main contact. In this case, the advisor has told me he wants to be a contact, and so I'm going to select him in the drop-down menu and hit save. The unit website is automatically populated with National's website, scouting.org. If you have your own website, go ahead and change this field to your unit's website. Finally is our additional unit information. Basically, this is a text box where you can tell people about your unit. So in this case, you want to say who your unit is. You want to say which youth you accept and maybe what schools or organizations you deal with. In this case, Crew 1994 is basically a unit for existing Order of the Arrow members. So I'm going to write that. I'm adding when they meet. Now we're going to come over here to our preview and we're going to decide what do we want to show. So unit meeting address, I'm going to turn that on. And now this address is actually the address of the chartered org rep. We don't actually meet at his house, so I'm going to come here to the bottom. I'm going to change this to Redondo Beach Elks Lodge. There we go. So look, here in my unit PIN preview, the unit meeting address is updated. I'm going to include the contact person's name. And in this case, he prefers to use his contact email, but not his phone number. So I'm going to leave phone number turned off, but turn email on. They don't have their own website, so I'm going to turn website off. But now that I've added text to their additional unit information, I definitely want that to show. So I've turned that on. So now you can see the unit PIN preview has got all the information prospective family needs to understand whether this unit might be a good fit for them, and they can either request more information or apply online. Let's go over here and see what the settings does. So in settings, this is primarily to process online applications. So the payment method is grayed out because in our council only allows people to apply online using their credit card. So that's not an option you can change. For membership application approval, this has to do with adult applications. Unit leaders can approve youth applications, but for adult applications, the only person authorized to accept an application is the chartered org representative. These two options here indicate whether you want the committee chair to see that adult application before the chartered org rep. So in this case, I'm going to say yes, because the chartered org rep relies on the committee chair's advice as to whether this applicant has had contact with the crew. And I'm going to go ahead and say absolutely, as long as we're taking online applications, we should also accept adult applications. For fees, in this case, I'm going to pretend that the person applying is applying for a youth, in which case our current council fee, all told, including national fees and council fees, is $120. I use these fee emails to manage people's expectations about what the total costs are. And again, we have a text box here to explain what are the fees and why. And welcome emails, I also recommend that that gets turned on, because this is our opportunity to get people who have just registered using the online system excited. So welcome. Remember to hit save. I'm going to go back to the unit PIN here, because some people say, well, we've just finished these boxes, but when I go back to the unit PIN, they're not here. Where they'll show up is when people actually apply, and those messages will be auto-generated. So that's pretty much it. You can see in a matter of a couple minutes, we've got our PIN started, we've got it built, and the wonderful thing is this takes just a few minutes. So for instance, if you're having a booth at an upcoming back to school night, in your additional unit information, you can say, make sure to check out our booth. Hit save. And again, hopefully that you have a membership chair who can put exciting information like that, so your PIN always stays fresh for prospective families. All right, I'm going to stop sharing. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop me a line or your servicing commissioners. We've got a list on the Pacifica website. Thanks. Have a great one. We'll see you soon.